Hello everyone, Josh here with Enemy Impact, bringing you guys some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and our next video will be a Pokemon uploaded video. I won't be streaming my next episode of PokeMMO. I believe episode 5 will be an uploaded video, so I just want to throw that out there at the beginning of this video, so be sure to check that out when that drops probably later today. But with that said, we have accomplished and achieved, and completed the first stage of the KC Cup, and as a player who's achieved that, or maybe you already had King of Games in the last season, so you're already guaranteed a spot in Stage 2. So what do you do from here? You're probably thinking to yourself, is Stage 2 worth it? If you've never played Stage 2 before, and you're unfamiliar with kind of how it works, is it worth it? Do you do it? Is it, worth the time sink, the investment? Now, as you guys know, that's going to be starting on, I believe, the 7th, about 3 days from now, basically, roughly. And the rewards and stuff like that we're going to go into. And really this video is aimed at people that are actually in Stage 2. For people that are trying to get there, this video may not, really matter to you at all, and you can probably just click off it if you want to. If you're not going to get through Stage 1, that's fine. But if you are able and willing to participate in Stage 2, we're going to talk about today if it is indeed worth it. So let's go ahead and jump on over to the KC Cup. Now, if you've already hit Duel Links level max in the Stage 1, or like I said, you've already achieved King of Games from the last season, you're going to be able to go to Stage 2, no problem. And if we go in here, the reason why that you want to do Stage 1, and I highly expect everyone and ask you and beg you to please participate in Stage 1. If you have not started Stage 1, please do it to your utmost potential. Get as high as you physically, possibly, mentally can, because you're going to be getting a big sum of gems that you usually do not get very often by Konami in this game. The next big sum of gems I expect to occur maybe late this month, because 5Ds is expected to come. Outside of that, I don't expect any large amount of gems again until maybe the 2-year official anniversary, which would be in January 2019, a few months from now. But besides that, you're not going to really get big lump sums of gems at any point in this game, especially when they've nerfed some of the gems outputs that we could actually get. We actually had some good outlets before where we could jump in and get some gems from this and this and that. Well, they've since nerfed those possibilities, or have at least decreased them enough to where they're not as good as they were in years past. So be sure to do the Stage 1. Very, very important. Go in and duel 3 times a day. Even if you win or loss, you're still going to go ahead and get your 50 free gems daily as well. Be sure to do that, guys, because gems are very scarce in this game, especially if you're like in late game like I am. But anyways, let's go to the details and rewards. We're going to compare Stage 1 to Stage 2 and how one is much more important than the other. Alright, so in Stage 1, you can see by getting 1 victory, you get, that's PvP rewards. Let's keep going down. Here we go. First stage, Duel Link level up rewards. Now, if you guys were already, I believe, in Legend or higher, I think you started at Duel Link's level, or Duel level 10 already off the bat, so you're going to get all those rewards. But let's just say you're going into this not playing PvP for a long time, and you have to start at Duel level 1, right? So when you get to 2, you get 50 gems, and then another 50 at 30, and then you get another 50 at 5. You get another 100 at 7. You get another 100, and then 150 at 9 and 10 respectively. And then you get another 150 at 12 and 14, 200 at 16, 18, and dual level max. So that is well over 1,000 gems there, plus your 50 dailies. That is good. KC Cup Stage 1 has never really been a problem with me. It's actually been one of the better things that Konami's actually offered us as players. It's probably one of the only things that I have not really argued or said that it needed to be changed up. I feel that Duel Links did a very good job. Well, Konami exactly, did a very good job in Stage 1 of KC Cup. I feel like Stage 1 of KC Cup is how ranked PvP should be. Like, dual level max should equate to, like, King of Games. That, I love how they do it. Like, you win 3 in a row, you rank up. You lose 2, then you win 1, and then you win 2 row, and again, you rank up. That is not as bad as having to, especially when you hit, like, Plat or Beyond, where you have to win 4 in a row, and then in Legend, you got to win 5 in a row. it's too much. I feel like that's too big of a streak. Even getting the Duel Links level max, what's really cool is if you go from 19 to 20, even if you get a loss in there, if you win your next 2 or 3, you can still rank up. You don't have to completely reset. And we just got Alexander to subscribe during the video. I forgot to turn off those notifications. So, wow, Nani, but I'm not going to re-record all this again. So, we're going to leave it in. Yay, showed some love to Alex. Thank you so much, bro. But anyway, so you guys get the idea. Stage 1 is amazing. You get all the good gems. You know, they throw in some other cool stuff in there, too, if you want, like, rare tickets and SR jewels and UR jewels, which we honestly don't need anymore in late game. If you're a new player, then maybe. But, wow. But anyways, so what we want to discuss, though, now is Stage 2. Is Stage 2 worth it? Now, Stage 2 is a grind fest. It's not about trying to rush to max level. It's not about trying to rush to King of Games. It's not about trying to rush to anything. Literally, it is a 72-hour grind fest nonstop. It does not stop. Unless you go on some kind of astronomically impossible win streak on day 1 and 2, can you actually take any kind of significant amount of time off if you're aiming to be in the top 10 or even number 1 for that matter, getting your free trip to Japan, which is what this little envelope is for right here. If you get first place, you get a free trip to Japan, which I'm sure a lot of you would enjoy that. A free trip to Japan to represent your country, your region in the World Championship Finals. That is awesome. But that's only one person from each region can achieve that in this KC Cup, which means the other 99.9999 and beyond percent of players per region will not get anything except a game mat, sleeves, and prismatic cards, and some gold. Which, guys, gold, look at my gold at the top. Look at the gold. Do we really need gold? Especially when you get to end game? No. We don't need any gold. Until they start making gold worth something. Let's take a look at the SRs and the URs. So here's the list of the SRs. And these are not box set SRs. If you guys are unfamiliar with the KC Cup Stage 2 and you have not even checked out the rewards for the Prismatic SR and URs, these are the SR rewards right here that we have available right now. We have garbage. I mean, they're not garbage cards, but it's just like most of these cards are farmable. You can get them from ranked PvP rewards. You can get them from events. You can get them from the card trader. There's just so many different ways you can get a majority of these cards. And the only benefit is they're prismatic. That's the only thing you benefit from it. Oh, they're prismatic. Whoop-de-doo. A lot of these cards you can farm with gate keys and get them prismatic that way, you know, after so long. And guys, honestly, what is prismatics even worth in this game anymore? We don't even have to farm anymore in this game. Farming is nowhere near like it used to be in the early part of the game, and like in late 2016 when the game first dropped, before pre-release where I started playing, and then even in 2017, almost all the way through 2017, we had a lot of good farm decks. Everybody was farming events. But nowadays, we've gotten smart on how Konami is operating Duel Links, and now we just auto-duel stuff because we know eventually they're going to release those cards at a gate or release them in some kind of other way to just grab them whenever we want to without the need to sit there and just bust our butt farming constantly. So farming is no longer a big thing. Plus, most of these cards aren't even farm cards anyway. So them just being a prismatic, which is really not that... I mean, prismatic cards aren't even that beautiful, to be honest, guys. They're little tiny little particle effects that spin and like little diamonds and stuff all around your card. It's not even beautiful at all. I think what's beautiful are those rainbow prismatics that we've seen in some of the data miners leaks and stuff like that from almost a year ago. Now those are beautiful. Those might be worth going for because those cards look just sleek. They look sexy, eye candy, man. But these prismatics really don't look all that great. They look actually pretty bad. It's just little tiny little sparkly effects that go all the way around the card. It's nothing special. Is it worth 72 hours of busting your ass for? For cards that most of you already have 3 of anyway, and they're not even farmable cards in the first place. And some of the ones that are farmable, a lot of you already have as a prismatic, or you just don't even bother farming anymore. You just auto-duel your way through, and whatever you get, and then you just later go back to the gates and stuff like that later on and get them. I don't know. But let's go ahead and take a look at the URs now. And here's the list of URs. Again, similar to the SR, same situation. Most of the cards you can just get by other means anyway in the game. You know, I feel like if you're going to be in a Stage 2 KC Cup, highly competitive. Now, guys, keep in mind, besides the championship finals, the World Championships, which happen once a year, this Stage 2 of the KC Cup and the regional qualifiers and the World Championship qualifiers are the only actual competition, competitive tournament style type-ish gameplay that Duel Links offers. So this is the epitome of competition for a majority of you that you will ever have officially in Duel Links. I'm not talking about non-official tournaments because those don't matter. I'm talking about the official licensed tournament held by Konami internally within the game as it's supposed to be. This is about the epitome of it as it gets, besides, of course, monthly King of Games. And these are the rewards you get for busting your ass. And they want you to do this for 72 hours. Now, a lot of players, even like Shady Penguin back in the day, I believe in 2017 he brought this up. Some other YouTubers have brought this up recently. That I feel that there should be a limit how many duels that you can play in the Stage 2. Because it's not a race, it's a marathon. The problem with it being a marathon is it's a 72-hour marathon. And everybody that wants to become number one has to no-life the game. And guys, you're not even playing people on your own region. So that becomes another problem. That's the one big thing that I hate about Stage 2. Stage 1, you can play the whole world. That doesn't matter because it's not region versus region. But in Stage 2, when you're supposed to become, the number one player in your region, you should not be playing. Let's take, for example, if I'm in North American region, I should not be playing in Stage 2 people from the Japanese region. Anywhere in Asia, actually. Or, the Pacific or South American region or anything like that. Or Europe. I just should not be playing any other region except people in the North American region. And this is where I feel that the player base, not being that big, really comes into play here, because if Konami did that, Konami knows that waiting times for matches would significantly decrease. And if you don't believe me, go back through all your duel logs, go back and look through some of the last 10 matches that you had on both the KC Cup and Ranked, and count how many of them are from Japan. You're going to probably shit yourself when you tally up the results. Or go back and look at your world map there by region and PvP and see how many matches you've had with JP compared to the rest of the world. It'll make you shit yourself. If they made it to where Japanese players can only play Japanese players, or within their region rather, and North American can only play North American, South American only play South American, and Europe can only play Europe for the KC Cup like it's supposed to be, you would see a significant drop in the player base, because, well, it's probably mostly Japanese players in this game half the time anyway, which is unfortunate. But I just don't feel that the KC Cup Stage 2 is basically staying within its own perimeter of what it's supposed to accomplish. How am I supposed to say that I'm number one North America when I have to beat everyone in the world? Isn't that what the World Championship qualifiers is supposed to be for? Isn't that what I'm supposed to go to Worlds for, to take on the best of the best from the rest of the regions in the world? But what's the point of doing that when I'm already doing that during the KC Cup Stage 2? Because there's a good possibility, not a high one, but there's a good chance that you may be playing other people that also got first place and are going to Worlds. So you've already played these people when you're not supposed to be, because it's the KC Cup Stage 2 where it's region versus region versus region versus region. Yet we're playing everybody in the world. We're not really proving who's the best in the region. Are we? We're not. Also, it's a 72-hour grind, so you're not even proving who the best players are anyway. By that logic, you're just proving who's got the most free time and who can no-life the event more than the other person. That's really what the KC Cup Stage 2 is. And like I said, guys, unless you're going to get first place, the KC Cup Stage 2 is just completely worthless in my opinion, because all you get is some prismatic cards that may or may not even interest you at all in the first place, especially if you've already got 3 copies of those cards, because just because they got a little sparkly effect around the card doesn't really make the card any better, especially considering that most of these aren't even farmable cards in the first place. And when I mean by farmable, I mean you can't use them in a farm deck because they just wouldn't work properly. And it's just unfortunate. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. I feel like the stage 2, if you want to make it the top players in the region get to go to Japan, that's fine. But you need to make rank 2, 3, all the way down to top whatever. Make the rewards worth the damn. Now, I can see, from a realistic standpoint, rank 10,000 and below, those rewards are fine. Those are basically consolation prizes. Those are participation trophies. That's fine. But when you get up where you're in the top 5,000 in your region, the top 500, and the top 10, you better be throwing me some good stuff, like either some box set dream tickets, or you better be throwing me some gems or something, because if I'm going to bust my ass for 72 hours, you better damn well give me something good. Because, guys, let me tell you something. You want a free trip to Japan? Take this advice right here. Go work your ass off at some job, minimum wage or better, for 72 hours, and you can buy your own damn ticket to Japan. And stay there for 3, 4, 5 days, ride the bullet train around on a budget, eat some ramen noodles, go to the bar, buy some sake for 2 hours, unlimited for like 4 or 5,000 yen. Make it happen. If you go work a job for 72 hours, no matter what you're getting paid, as long as it's minimum wage or higher, depending on what country you're in, I don't know, all the different currencies and shit, but I can guarantee you, if you work 72 hours with a decent paying job, you're going to be able to go enjoy Japan a lot more than if you go to the KC Cup and grind your ass off for 72 hours to try and get first place in your region. But anyways, guys, I just want to talk about all that. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, become an Impact player today. Join us in the Discord below. As always, drop a like, comment below what you guys think about the KC Cup Stage 2. Do you think we need some big changes? Do you guys think it's worth it? Let me know in your opinion, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.